Welcome back, everyone, to another video. I wanted to take a moment to do something I don't normally do because it's really needed with this because there's so much going on here. So I want to explain to you what you're about to watch and what you can expect as we move forward through this. Oops, let me move this back over. This is Alicia Parks. Alicia Parks has been involved in 3 separate incidents. One, where she was recording other officers while they were using the bathroom in the police department. Why she was doing that, I don't know. There's some other stuff to this, but we're still working through it. I'm still waiting on open records to come through on this. So there's a lot of materials left to sort through. Second, she was involved in a situation with this young lady here named LaDonna Williams, where she tried to get LaDonna Williams, another police officer, by the way. And they all work for Clayton County Sheriff's Office. Some of them work for the College Park Police Department when some of these things happened. But bear with me. Alicia tried to get LaDonna to get hooked up in a 3-way, according to LaDonna Williams, online news statements and what have you, and video interviews, that Alicia and the sheriff at the time, who is now assistant district attorney in Fulton County today, at the time, was trying to get her to get involved in a little triage with them, a little fun time. And she said no, so they fired her. And the third incident, which is what you're going to watch now, it's not related that I know of to any of these other instances. It's more of a jealousy type of thing. So Alicia, like I said, is a Clayton County was a College Park police officer at the time of this incident, and it involved an officer named Wesley White. Cannot find any pictures of this cop anywhere online. Understand this happened quite a while ago, but I don't know where he's at. I'm waiting on his post certification right now. I'll have it next week. I know I would love to have that for this video and kind of let you know. But as we go through the series, I'll let you know as I get materials. I'll update you and keep you in the loop of where these officers are at. But anyway, so she had a thing going on with Wesley White, who was also an officer with the Clayton County Sheriff's Office. And so did another person named Danielle. Danielle's not a police officer, and she's just a private citizen and has been dating Wesley White for roughly 9 years. And recently they had broken up, and then Alicia and Wesley started dating. And somehow or another, they all ended up in the same place at the same time, and all hell broke loose. And Alicia was in her police uniform, which compounded the whole situation. Now, I've reached out to Danielle. I found her online. I have access to pictures of her, but she's a private citizen. And this is a long time ago, and I'm sure she doesn't want to, have to relive any of this through some random obscure YouTuber video. So I'm just going to keep her real name out of this. It's kind of moot, but it's really about Alicia Parks. So the interviews you're going to watch are of Wesley White. That will be the first one you watch. The next one that I got in production is of the victim, Danielle, and then the last one is going to be Alicia herself. It's important that I play hers last because she is such an awful liar. Like, she can't remember the things that she kept saying, and so she kept defaulting back to what she wanted everyone to believe is the truth. So she just kept saying the same thing over and over again, hoping that maybe the investigators would be like, oh, well, maybe that is what happened, since she said it so many times. But now, we got a lot going on with this. This particular sheriff, this is the sheriff that was running the house before Victor Hill, and so there's a lot going on with that as well. But we're digging here pretty deep, and I wanted to share a quick phone call with you as to what I'm dealing with right now on the Clayton County open records that involving some of this stuff. So let me show you real quick.
Next thing I know, she's asking me, well, would you would you have sex with both of us?
The both of us, according to this internal affairs report, was Parks and Sheriff Kim Kimbrough.
New developments in the story we've been following. This morning, a grand jury returned indictments against the Clayton County deputy sheriff.
She adamantly denied the accusations.
I'm a good person, and it's just unfortunate that I'm going to have to defend myself.
He gave me a card saying, this is my personal number if you need me right away.
This internal affairs complaint says the sheriff's deputy, Alicia Parks, also allegedly started sending Williams nude pictures, and then
she grabbed my
Today's date is August 18th, 2009. The time is 2:53 p.m. This is Lieutenant Patterson of the College Park Police Department. In the office with me is Officer Wesley White of the College Park Police Department and Captain Linda Burke of the College Park Police Department, and we will be discussing a complaint made by Miss Danielle. Officer White, let's start off with answer these questions for me. What is the nature of yours and Miss White's relationship?
It's my ex. We were together until about April of this year.
She's your ex-girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
And you were together until April?
Yeah.
How long had you been involved until April?
About 9 years on and off.
9 years on and off. And you said you all broke up April of this year?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that Miss Cutter was coming to your home last night?
No.
Did not know. Have you ever in the past given her an open invitation to come, or?
One time. She's been over there once.
She's been over there once?
Twice. She's spent the night once, and she came over once.
Okay. My question is it kind of like she had carte blanche? She can come over anytime she wants without calling?
No.
Okay, so you didn't know she was coming, and she was not invited?
No. She had been asking me that day to come to her house and meet her to talk about something. And I kept telling her, I don't want to come up there. I'll meet you downtown. I'll meet you halfway. I'll meet you, out somewhere. She's like, no, I don't want to meet you. Come over. So I was like, no, I'm not coming over.
Okay. What's the nature of yours and Officer Parks' relationship?
We were involved, beginning of May. Till about 3 weeks ago. Like, middle of July.
Mid-July?
End of July.
July/August 09. So you all were involved, and you are no longer involved.
Right.
Okay. Well, why was she at your home last night?
I don't know. She just popped up. Wait, Alicia?
Right.
Or,
Yeah. Officer Parks.
Alicia came over to use the bathroom. She called me. Was like, I need to use the bathroom. So they, okay, use the bathroom. And when she was leaving, I was like, hold on, I'll walk you out. I said, I need to walk the dog anyway. So I went and got the dog. And she's like, oh, let me walk her. So she took the leash and she started downstairs. I was like, hold on, I need to get some bags. Or I need to get a bag for the poop. So I went back in the kitchen. Hear her knocking the door. I thought it was Alicia. And I'm wondering why she's knocking on the door. So they just come back in and I thought she forgot something. So I opened the door and Danielle was standing right there. And Danielle didn't say anything. She just walks in, walks past me, walks to the back bedroom. She's holding she had something in her hand, it turned out to be like a scrapbook and some old letters and stuff. So she walks to the back bedroom, throws it down on the bed.
How long was Officer Parks at your house last night?
About 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Before this?
Which is total. Before she got there?
I don't know. After all that, I don't know.
But about 15 minutes before Miss got there?
Yeah.
Does she visit you often while she's on duty?
No, that's the first time.
First time?
Mm-hmm.
Even when y'all were together, it was the first time?
Mm-hmm. Because, I didn't move in there till the middle of July.
Did Officer Parks assault Miss last night at your home?
No.
She did not?
No.
Was there some type of
physical contact?
Physical altercation?
Yes.
Explain to me about that.
When Danielle walked into the back bedroom and threw her stuff down, I was like, what are you doing here? And about when I said that, I hear Parks behind me. Hear her walk in, and I look down. She didn't have the dog, so I go to the front door because I didn't hear the front door close. I go to the front door to close the door. As I'm walking back down the hallway to my bedroom, I hear them arguing. I hear Parks telling Danielle, you need to leave. And Danielle's like, bitch, who are you? And what the fuck are you doing here and all this stuff? And and Danielle's like, she's still yelling at her. And she's, walking up on her doing that whole finger in the face thing.
Who was she doing that?
Danielle was doing that at Parks.
Okay.
And Parks was saying, you need to leave. And Danielle got, she got right up on her. As I was coming around the corner, I see her getting right up on her. And Parks puts her hand out, you need to back up. She didn't push her or anything. She just puts her hand out, you need to back up. Danielle slaps her hand out the way, and then she comes even, closer to her, all up in her face. And so Parks reaches out and grabs her by the throat. And it's like, you need to back up. You need to go. And she's still saying the same thing. You need to back up. You need to go before you end up going to jail. And so when that happened, I jumped between those two. And I turn around. I'm facing Parks. And I'm, holding Parks' hand down and pushing her back. And the whole time, when I'm jumping in between them, Danielle's swinging at Parks. And Parks has her by the throat. And when I jumped in between, I try to get Parks back. And Danielle, I don't know if she's still going after her or she's trying to hit me, but I'm getting hit all in the back of the head, all in the back. I didn't even turn around to face Danielle because I didn't want to get hit in the face. And then after that, Danielle storms out.
Good afternoon, and thank you for calling Sheriff LaVon Allen's office. Cole Solomon speaking. One moment, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your patience. How may I help you today?
Yes, ma'am. I am calling about some open records that I had put in and want to know who I can talk to about that.
Okay, what type of records were they?
They were, let me open up my request center here. Tell you. They were arrest history on some officers.
Bear with me a moment. I'm going to get you over to Civil and see if they can help. Hold, please.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling Sheriff LaVon Allen's office. This is Clerk Andrews. I'm out here for Fair Ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, how are you doing today?
Fine, and you?
I'm doing super. I'm just trying to find out who I talked to about some open records that I have on the online portal.
I can get you over to the records department.
Oh, okay. Well, they transferred me to you. I don't.
Huh?
Yeah, they
Okay.
Yeah, somebody the main number. She transferred me to you, so I didn't call your number.
I think that's fucking. But let me try. Do you have a case number?
No. These are open records. This is not for a record. This is for body cam, personnel files on police officers, things of that nature.
Oh.
Yeah, it's your open records portal. I have several open records in for some personnel files on some police officers. There's several batches. And seem to be having some trouble getting anyone to fill these orders because now it's gone past the 72-hour mark, and we don't really want to do that. Hello?
One moment for me. Aliens in the back. Hello, sir.
Yes, I got a name if that would help.
Did you put one in already, or are you trying to put one in?
No,
Request?
No, I put these in 1, 2, 3 weeks ago. There's 3 of them altogether.
So did Captain Hewitt respond to you?
No, someone named Angelic Douglas responded in one of the requests and gave a phone number, but that phone number goes to some type of inmate visitation. And
yeah, because that's her desk.
Okay, well, yeah,
That's what she does.
Yeah, I've tried that number 4 or 5 times, maybe 4 times.
So what exactly were you trying to request?
Some personnel files on some officers. These officers, from what I know, they no longer work for you guys. One of them, his name is Ronnie B. Wyatt. He's an ex-police. Actually, I think he's a lieutenant now at the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. But anyway,
Okay.
there's several requests, and there's one with a batch of officers asking for the photo on file and arrest history. Now, I don't know if the arrest history is the confusing part of that request. I sent a document in an email back when they sent me the pictures on file that I requested. I sent them the arrest file that I got from another sheriff's department. I've done this a lot, okay? Excuse me. And just to kind of give them an idea of what I'm asking for. So I know a lot of times, a lot of different agencies will call arrest history files something different. And some of them really like to play games and say, well, you didn't specifically ask exactly what the title was. So that's where a lot of the confusion comes in.
So do you have a reference number?
Let's see here. We'll start with the oldest one, 17 days ago.
Because I'm going to go ahead and send this information over to Captain Hewitt. He's the one who does open records requests.
Yeah, now there's several. There's one, two, there's 3 that are active that are over the 72-hour mark. The Georgia Open Records Act gives 72 hours to fulfill.
Only allows 72 hours.
Right, and that does not constitute the automatic email. That does not constitute fulfilling anything. So I have three active. I just gave you one case number. I can give you them all if you want, but I have 3 active. And,
yes, sir. Please do.
And one that wasn't fulfilled 100%. Yeah, that's the one where I got all the images and.
So you're missing a arrest record.
Missing, and it also shows that I uploaded the sample of the kind of arrest record
what you requested?
Yeah, what I typically get from it's a different police department, but they're about the same size as you guys. They're pretty large. So you guys are a little more ahead on open records with the portal. That's your advantage, but it seems like no one's really watching the portal. That seems to be the problem.
Oh. Okay, well, I'll go ahead and give my captain a call and give him these these reference numbers. Now, I'm missing something. What's the contact number for you?
706.
Mr. Billy?
Yes, and let him know that this is also a complaint on that part as well because of the violations, because all of these complaints, all these requests have all drifted past the 72-hour mark. And so it's a complaint on that. I've also filed a complaint with the Attorney General's office 2 days ago. So I'm not sure if anyone's gotten any communication on that. They're pretty good at compelling these agencies to produce the documents. So I've already done that, but I filed a complaint on the portal, but I haven't heard back from anyone on that. It's sitting right there in this portal. You can read the whole thing, or he can read the whole thing. And
I wouldn't have access to it, but I can let him know.
Yeah, I got you.
He can go ahead and look at it.
Yeah, it's pretty urgent. I'm very serious about the Open Records Act of Georgia. I'm very serious.
I'm going to give him a call as soon as I get off the phone with you.
All right, I sure will. And what's your name?
Principal Secretary Naylor.
Naylor?
Naylor, and that's in Nancy, AYLOR.
Okay, all right, thank you for that. All right, yeah, I do appreciate your time, and thank you for forwarding this on to him because we really need to get this resolved ASAP.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so here I am logged into the Clayton County portal to get open records. Now, a lot of police departments have this, and I'm not going to go into all that, but it doesn't mean that it's, being run legitimately or is more, I don't know how I would say it, but more professional or dependable. No, it's none of those. There's still some people on the backside of this, and you're about to show you something here in a second. Let you hear a conversation. So let's look at my request real quick. Now, the first one, this is kind of the one that started the issue. I believe. I can't prove it, but I believe it. Let's look at the details of what I requested. I asked for a listing of all personnel for the Clayton County Sheriff's Department, their rank, their pay, and what division they work in. And so I got this, and then I made a video about it and put it on my YouTube channel. And it hasn't gone viral or anything, but it's really, I really just put that there for anyone who lives in Clayton County who's dealing with, you know, a tyrant and wants to get there. Because a lot of times, man, if they know that you're not going to follow up, or that you don't know, if they think you don't know how to get their full name or find out who they are, well, that's what that's for. So if you got a first or last name, you just match it up on that list, and then you'll know, and then you can start getting their body cam and what have you. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on too long. Let's go back to my request center, and I'll show you what happened. Now, this is kind of where things started getting sticky. So if we look here, I went through that list, and this is kind of how I do things sometimes, but I'm looking for a specific officer. I'm not going to mention who it is or why I'm looking for this person, this officer, but because I don't really want anyone to try to circumvent what I'm doing and use some type of prior restraint. But what I did was I picked a bunch of cops off that list, and I just asked for their arrest record and the image on file for them. So let me click on this one right here, taking a second for it to load. So they sent me the picture on file for all those officers. I'm not going to show you every one of them. I'll just show you a couple of them. Okay, so that was part of my request. My other part of that request was their arrest history. And this seems to be a big, super big problem right now with them. And I've been going back and forth through email about what I'm asking for. It's really simple. Arrest history of an officer for the duration of his employment with the sheriff's office. That's not very hard to figure out. Now, I even was so nice, man, to even send them an example. I'll show you that example. Sure. This is the example. This is a Richmond County police officer that I have not gotten to yet, and I keep, man, I tell you, it's about time, man. It's about time. But this cop right here has more arrests than any cop I've come across yet. 828 since 2014. Yeah, 9 years, man. That's 100 a year. That's crazy. I haven't seen one yet that bad. But anyway, I don't want to get off on that. Let's see. Go back to the page. So they didn't give me the arrest. So I sent them an email and asked them to, right here, to come in compliance and give me that arrest history. Nothing back. This goes on. I give it a couple weeks. I usually give it a couple weeks before, I start having to start filing complaints and what have you. And I did. I ended up having to file a complaint with the Attorney General on Clayton County. And then I called them today. And let me show you what the result of that phone call was. This is the result of that phone call. They escalated it, and now they're sending me all these emails that we're working on it, and we're going back and forth and what have you. It's what I keep telling people. Don't think that nothing's going to happen, that they're all in cahoots. That's not true. Or the Attorney General's not going to do anything about it. Here's what I'll say. Here lately, it seems like whenever I file a complaint, it's just a matter of days before something happens. Whether I get my records, just like today, I went and picked up some open records.
Hey, how are you?
How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm here to pick up some open records.
Open records?
Yeah.
Have you let somebody know you was coming? Who did you talk to so I could get you in the right place, sir?
Yeah, Caleb Lee.
Who?
Caleb Lee.
Caleb Lee? Okay.
Yeah, I'm here to pick up it's DVDs, some body cam. He should have left it with an envelope down. Usually he's Mr. Martin.
He hasn't said.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So you go to that deputy right there and she'll call Caleb for you.
Okay. Oh. She told me to come over here and talk to you. I'm here to pick up some body cam from Caleb. She said you can call him or whatever. I don't. They usually leave it up there for me. Mr. Martin. Hey, they didn't have my envelope ready today, sir. How you doing?
Not today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They well, he just emailed it.
Okay.
Emailed me, so
Yeah.
I was like, let me go on up and pick this up. Looks like y'all recovered from the cyber attack. That's what's been the hold up. That's why you ain't seen me, because I guess it's all been on lock.
Yeah. He probably gonna bring it out here later on.
Yeah, she looking out. Good to see you, man.
Lunch. Yes, sir.
Oh, you going to lunch?
Yeah.
I enjoy your lunch. What you gonna eat?
2 pieces of chicken.
Okay, very good. Stay healthy.
Okay, man.
Yeah. I'm here to pick up some body cam.
For who?
Billy Bloom.
You know who you're supposed to pick it up from?
Caleb Lee.
Okay, let me get it.
Yeah, it's in reference to it's 2 parts of body cam from Christopher Brown. He just emailed me like a couple hours ago and said he can email it to me or I can come get it. I just come down here and pick it up.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
I'll be right back. Taking stuff. I just gotta move my car to that spot over there.
I'd filed 2 complaints with the Attorney General and 1 with the U.S. Attorney's Office to make that happen. And they didn't give me all of it. They sandbagged me again, talking about, most of it's not available. I'm not going to make a big production video about that. All I'll say is file the complaint. File the complaint anyway. Someone at somewhere is going to see your complaint at some time. And they're going to question why the people that saw it before them didn't react to your complaint. Now, you won't be privileged to those conversations and you won't get to hear about them or see them, but they'll take place. And it won't be pleasant for the individuals that decided to break the law and not, follow the Open Records Act. But anyway, I don't want to get off on a wild tangent about all that. I was just telling you that if you're dealing with a police department or an agency that does not want to comply with the open records laws, file the complaint with the Attorney General's office. Give it some time though. Here's what I do. I'll do an open records request. I'll give that the standard 3 business days, maybe 4 or 5 sometimes, and then I'll send a reminder out, hey, your time's up. And I'm not nice about it, man. I'm really firm about this because here's what I know. If you just give an inch, they'll take a mile. And I'll send them a reminder, and then I'll get an email back, and they'll say, okay, well, we need a little time putting this together. Okay, cool. That's all I needed to know. And sometimes I won't get anything back. Then I'll have to go and start filing the complaints. It works most of the time. That's what I'll say. Now, I'm not privileged to any side conversation with the Attorney General. They've only sent me a correspondence once behind my complaints, and I have filed dozens at this point. And I don't know what kind of side communication, and honestly, I don't care. I did my complaint. I put that in the hands of the correct person. That person, in turn, it had a choice to make. They can either, follow up on the complaint and see if there's any legitimacy to it, or they can delete it. That's the choice. I can't enforce that. But sometimes I believe that they do read them and they do correspond and something happens there, or maybe even give a phone call. So I'm not going to sit here and say none of it does not do any good. I'm telling you that it does, especially with open records. Now, with all of that being said, I'm going to play this audio recording of me calling the Clayton County Sheriff's Office today, inquiring about my open records that I just showed you. Well, I actually didn't show all of them to you, did I? Let's go back real quick. So these other ones that are in progress, there's just a lot of back and forth going on where they don't understand. Here's the problem, man. All these police departments, if you start doing open records, here's what you'll learn. They don't all use the same lingo. They all got different names for different things, different files, different reports. And it's crazy to me. And sometimes, and this is just my opinion, I believe sometimes they act like that just to see if you will go to the next level. You know, and they push people back. Like, I've heard them tell people, no, you can't get the body cam unless you're a news agency. I've heard a police officer tell someone that, and I didn't say anything. It just baffled my mind because I didn't want to get involved in someone else's business, but it baffled my mind. And the guy fell for it. He was like, oh, okay. And he walked out the door. So just a few more requests. Knowing I'm going on a little bit too much here, but I just want to give you a full understanding of the video you're about to watch and what's coming behind that. It's a lot, trust me. I got a whole stack of DVDs right now, and it's going to take me months to go through all this stuff. So it's a pretty big story, and I'm constantly getting more. But these other records, all they are is just add-ons to previous videos that I've made. It just takes a long time to make these videos, especially when I'm having to wait for these open records to come through that fill that piece in. So you're not going to get to see White in this video because no pictures exist of this guy, like I said. And it's just a question mark right now until we can get his picture. If we can even get his picture. We may not be able to. Thanks for watching, y'all. Don't forget to like on this video so other people can get notified on it. And also subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified whenever the next part of this series gets posted. And you can see it, check it out before anyone else.